a ceasefire already cracking. Hours after the truce began, rockets fall on Israel and shelling rocks southern Lebanon. Sirens, strikes, tensions still high. Celebrations on one side, warnings on the other. So, is this really peace, or just a pause, already breaking apart? Hours after a US-brokered truce between Israel and Hezbollah took effect at midnight, Lebanon's army accused Israeli forces of shelling several villages in the country's south, calling on residents to hold off on returning home. The ceasefire had barely survived its first hours. In the lead-up to the midnight deadline, rockets rained down on northern Israel, with sirens blaring across Nahariya, Shlomi, and surrounding Western Galilee communities. Israel's Magen David Adom dispatched teams to multiple impact sites. In Carmiel, a 17-year-old girl and a man in his mid-20s, believed to have been on a motorcycle, was seriously wounded. A person in Nahariya was also hurt, and emergency crews treated several others for acute anxiety. The IDF said it struck over 380 Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon in the final 24 hours before the truce, including command centers and rocket launchers, while stressing it remained on high alert. The 10-day ceasefire was announced by US President Donald Trump following separate phone calls with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun. Trump directed Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane to work toward a lasting agreement.
We're going to be meeting with Bibi Netanyahu, as you know, and the president of Lebanon. And I had a great talk with both of them today. They're going to be having a ceasefire, and that'll include Hezbollah. And I think it could be number 10 for me.
In Beirut's southern suburbs, residents fired guns into the air in celebration. Netanyahu, facing sharp domestic criticism, defended the deal in a recorded address.
We have an opportunity to reach a historic peace agreement with Lebanon. President Trump intends to invite both the president of Lebanon and me in an effort to advance this agreement. This opportunity exists because, since the War of Revival, we have fundamentally changed the balance of power in Lebanon. We activated the pager operation. We also eliminated the vast stockpile of 150,000 rockets and missiles that Nasrallah had prepared in order to destroy Israel's cities. We eliminated Nasrallah, and the balance shifted in such a way that in the past month, we began receiving calls from Lebanon to hold direct peace talks with them, something that has not happened for over 40 years. I responded positively to this request and agreed to a temporary pause, or more precisely a 10-day ceasefire, in order to try to advance the agreement we began discussing following the meeting of ambassadors in Washington.
The ceasefire is not even a day old, and there are already reports of skirmishes between the IDF and Hezbollah. Now, how far this fragile truce holds will not just decide what happens at the Lebanese border, but Tehran has made sure that it also remains a prerequisite for the West's peace with Iran itself. Five Israeli soldiers were wounded, one critically, in a Hezbollah rocket strike in southern Lebanon on April 15th, as the resistance group carried out one of its most operationally dense days since fighting escalated. Hezbollah logged 65 operations that day across two fronts, 25 inside Israeli-held territory and 40 within Lebanon itself, reaching 15 kilometers deep into Israeli lines. The group struck 3 bases and barracks, hit 19 cities and settlements, and claimed to have repelled 36 Israeli ground advances. 2 tanks and a bulldozer were among the losses it reported on the Israeli side, alongside 20 fortifications, 16 settlement units, and 5 artillery positions. Among the day's strikes, Hezbollah confirmed a direct guided missile hit on an Israeli Merkava tank on the northeastern outskirts of Bint Jbeil, releasing footage of its fighters targeting Israeli troops gathered in the area. The group also published a video of its fighters deploying an M46 130mm artillery cannon against Kiryat Shmona. The Soviet-era towed piece is not new to Hezbollah's arsenal. Several were acquired by the group during the Syrian civil war. But its appearance on camera was a deliberate signal of reach and capability. Weapons used across the day's operations included 51 rocket salvos, 7 drones and quadcopters, 4 artillery shells, 1 guided missile, and 4 air defense deployments. Even as the fighting continued, Netanyahu's security cabinet convened the same night to weigh a proposed one-week ceasefire, reportedly pushed by Washington. The meeting ended without a decision. A senior Israeli political source told Channel 12 the pressure was becoming hard to resist.
Our assessment is that within a few days, we will have no choice but to fully cease fire in Lebanon.
Despite the growing pressure, Israel's prime minister claims to be close to taking out Hezbollah while continuing the talks with Lebanese officials.
Our forces are continuing to strike Hezbollah. The fighting is focused on Bint Jbeil. Bint Jbeil was the capital of Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. This is the place where Hassan Nasrallah said 26 years ago, "The Israelis are cobwebs." We are about to overcome Bint Jbeil. We are, in effect, about to eliminate this great stronghold of Hezbollah.
Iran, for its part, has been a staunch supporter of Hezbollah and has maintained its importance for the region, even as there are murmurs within the mainstream Lebanese power setup of potentially disarming the group.
The completion and consolidation of a comprehensive ceasefire in Lebanon will be the result of the steadfastness and struggle of the esteemed Hezbollah and its heroic deeds, and the unity of the axis of resistance. And the United States must commit to the agreement.